What does hope mean to you? And how do you find hope in times that feel so difficult and heavy? Are you looking for a sign, a signal, a spark, something to show you that there is still something worth hoping for? Hi, my name is Greg Simpson. I'm a minister in the United Church of Canada. We're going to read from Isaiah, and hope, well, hope is what we're going to look for and maybe find. Let's see what Isaiah has to say. Oh, that you would tear open the heavens and come down, so that the mountain would quake at your presence. As when fire kindles brushwood and the fire causes water to boil, to make your name known among your adversaries, so that the nations might tremble at your presence. When you did awesome deeds that we did not expect, you came down, the mountains quaked at your presence. From ages past, no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God beside you, who works for those who wait for him. You meet those gladly who do right, those who remember you in their ways. But you were angry, and we sinned. Because you hid yourself, we transgressed. We have all become like one who is unclean, and all our righteous deeds are like a filthy cloth. We all faded like a leaf, and our iniquities, like the wind, take us away. There is no one who calls on your name or attempts to take hold of you, for you have hidden your face from us, and you have delivered us into the hand of our iniquity. Yet, O Lord, you are our Father, you are the clay, you are our potter, we are all the work of your hand. Do not be exceedingly angry, O Lord. Do not remember iniquity forever. Now consider, we are all your people. Your holy cities have become a wilderness. Zion has become a wilderness. Jerusalem a desolation. Our holy and beautiful house where our ancestors praised you has been burned by fire, and all our pleasant places have become ruins. After all this, will you restrain yourself, O Lord? Will you keep silent and punish us so severely? Isaiah is crying out, and you can hear that he's in desperation. Not just him, but the entire people of Israel and Judea. They're in desperation. Hard times have fallen upon them. They've lost their place of worship. They've lost their entire livelihood. Many of their closest relatives and friends were killed. But this is so much more than just their place of worship. They were taken away from their land. A huge army came and displaced them. They are the oppressed, the leftovers. They are the ones for whom there is no power, there is no control. They are stuck. And so many of us feel the same way. We might not be oppressed in the same way as the Israelites were, but we feel stuck and struggling to see hope. And that's okay. I want first to recognize that there are days that feel hopeless, and that's okay. And in the midst of that hope, know that you are loved by God, that you are welcome to cry out to God, to complain, to be angry, to be frustrated. I'm certain that God's shoulders are broad enough, and the people in the Bible believed that too. But at the very least, they are turning towards God. You are invited in your hopelessness to also turn towards God. And there's another calling all through the book of Isaiah. Actually, lots of the prophets land on this as well. We're not meant to sit and stew and brood. I remember a friend telling me that a pity party is totally fine. Throw yourself a pity party when you're having a bad day, when things are going poorly, or maybe you're having a bad season of your life. But the thing about a pity party is it has an ending. Sit in the dreariness and the depression and the hopelessness, and make sure that you step out of it. See, the reminder here is that hope is an active thing. We don't get to just sit and wait for hope to come along, because it's so easy to sit so deeply depressed and angry and frustrated that we don't even see it when there is good in our lives. We don't notice the hope that is there waiting for us to find. If Isaiah only wrote angry and frustrated and distant things about God, would Isaiah notice God showing up in the beautiful ways that God always does? Today's the first Sunday of Advent. We walk towards Christmas Day and the celebration of Jesus' birth. And there is hope to be found. If you're so stuck in all of your desperation that even the twinkling lights and the neighbor's tree aren't hope-filled, then you're going to have a pretty tough go. Friends, my invitation to you today is go looking for hope. Not the giant hope that says that the world is about to change tomorrow, that all powers of evil will be overturned and all the oppressed will be set free. We know that's unreasonable. Don't even approach that type of hope. But find hope that tells you that tomorrow's going to be just a little better than today. That next week will just feel a little lighter, a little brighter. Look for the twinkling lights of hope in your life. For hope and love and peace and joy, they didn't show up in a roar, in a mighty tumbling down of powers. They showed up in a tiny baby in a manger. I hope that you can find some hope today. And when you do, make note of it. If you're a journaling sort of person, write it down. Maybe speak it into your phone. Just spend the moment to recognize and notice the hope when you find it in your day. Friends, I feel so much hope simply because we get to do this. I turn on a camera, you turn on YouTube, and we connect. And I find so much hope in that. I love you all, and I promise that we will do this all the way through until Christmas morning. A little moment of sharing, some scripture, and a prayer. So let's finish with a hope-filled prayer. Loving God, we turn to you in our darkness and our difficulty, and sometimes we have to yell and scream and get out of our frustration. Sometimes we have to be annoyed, and we still turn to you. We are grateful that your shoulders are broad and your love is unconditional. Whether we are fussing or whether we are stepping close and looking for you, God, we ask you to show up. Partially just by being present and partially by opening our eyes and our lives and our minds and our hearts that we might see you and your hope in our lives today. Thank you for the blessing of your Son, Jesus, whose birth we celebrate on Christmas Day. Be part of our Advent journey. Loving God. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This is such a blessing to spend time with you. I love you all. Bye for now.